Hi guys, welcome to a slightly more impromptu pickups video. I got more stuff than just anime DVDs, although I do have some of those to show, but as you can see I picked up a figure. This is Akabe from Steins Gate. This is a 1/8 figure. This is probably my first one in my entire collection that's 1/8 scale. I really wanted this figure when I saw it come up for sale on my figure collection. He does have some issues with his arms fitting in the back, and I saw the more hardcore collectors complaining about that, but honestly when you stand him on his base he looks fine. You can't even see those issues. He doesn't have any pegs in his feet or magnets, so he kind of just stands on his base. That's the only downside to it. Other than that, I think he's pretty awesome. He's definitely one of my absolute favourite characters ever. I've seen the series twice this year. I really loved it, and Akabe is pretty much the main reason why I love that show, so I was very happy to pick him up. Next up, I've got these awesome Kyo Caramel plushies of Yuri and Wolfram. I recently watched the OVA. That one's Yuri and that one's Wolfram. I recently watched the OVA for this series and really liked it. It's a part of the OVA ties the second season towards the third, which I'm hoping to watch soon. But it's a fantastic fantasy series, a person in a strange world type show. These are official merchandise. They're really cool. They're like the only bit of merchandise that's worth having for Kyo Caramel in my opinion, other than the art books. There's no figures, there's some key rings and some posters, but I didn't even know these existed because they're not on my figure collection, but yeah, they're really cool. Another weird thing I got with them, even though I didn't order it, was this. This is a hand puppet of a character from the series called Miracle Train. It's on Crunchyroll. I've never seen it. I believe it's a reverse harem, and it's that guy I pointed out. I might go and watch this now since I have a piece of merchandise for it, because I have a hand puppet of him. I didn't order it, it just come with it. I don't know if it was a mistake on the seller's part or he gave it to me as a freebie, but I have a hand puppet of a character from Miracle Train now, so all is right with the world. Next up, we've got some re-release collections that I've added. So this is well, downgrades as they were. This is New Fist of the North Star, which I used to own in a free volume art box. This contains all 3 of the 50-minute movies on one disc, which isn't ideal for bit rates and such, but it saves a lot of space in the collection in the long run, and the art box wasn't even chipboard, so I wasn't too fussed. Plus it was a really cheap pickup, only $5. The other one I got was Popotan, the complete collection. I sold off my 3 Geneon singles for this. I actually watched the singles before getting rid of them because I didn't want to watch it without getting rid of them. And oh yeah, that lolly, fuck that lolly. She's annoying as hell. And this ferret thing, whatever it is, fuck that ferret. It's also as annoying as hell. But yeah, the series is alright. It's got like lots of ecchi stuff in it, which is kind of like not appealing at all, but it has a reasonably interesting story. It was enough to keep me entertained, and since I sold the set for exactly the same price, the 3 singles, for what it was to pick this up, I decided I'll just replace it with this. So yeah, I did that. The next one I replaced was Daiguard, or at least I will replace it. I just finished watching the 6 singles I got, and I really liked this show. I thought it was good. There's a tagline for this show which is "Office Workers Saving the World," which is, I don't know, the main character just says that at the end of like every next episode preview, and it just endeared me to the show more and more. About a bunch of office workers that essentially inherit a giant robot and then fight big like monolith monsters in the sky and stuff, protecting the citizens and all that as part of a security agency. It was fun, really fun. I love the fact that the main composer for One Piece does the music in this show, so it's like having One Piece music in the background. It's exactly the same sort of tone with lots of brass and, you know, all that sort of stuff. It was really good for that, so I enjoyed Daigo quite a bit. Underrated in my opinion. I also picked up Eureka 7, the movie. I just finished watching AO. I enjoyed AO, but it had issues. Like, I had issues with it, but I enjoyed AO, and I had never seen the movie, and I decided to do it. I decided to buy it because it's about time I see this movie. I was initially put off by the movie because of the fact that it's not a continuation, it's a retelling, but it changes things with Elric and Renton knowing each other since birth, pretty much. So it changed some things. I wasn't too keen on that back in the day, but I'm ready to see it now. And by the way, Funimation are re-releasing this series next year on Blu-ray, apparently. as well as the movie, but I wanted to see the movie sooner rather than later. Plus I really like the Bandai cover, so I picked that up. Another thing I picked this up actually a couple of months ago, but I thought I'd share it. Bubblegum Crisis Complete Vocal Collection. Bubblegum Crisis has probably my favourite soundtrack to any anime. The music is amazing, and in case you guys are unaware, there is a Kickstarter currently running, and it has already been successfully funded for the Blu-ray from Animego. They're going to release it on Blu-ray. So go, if you're interested in that, go and fund on Kickstarter, and you'll receive that when that happens. It's awesome. Another thing I picked up is Volume 1 of Eccentric Family from Japan. This is the import with English subtitles. Only has one episode on it. Crazy Japanese. So yeah, one episode on an entire Blu-ray, but it has some nice extras, I suppose, but they're not subtitled, so it's a bit difficult to enjoy them the way that I would like. But I was going to collect this series because it's one of my favourites ever. Like, I loved this series when it was on a couple of months ago. It was absolutely brilliant, really happy, magical experience. But now that NIS America have announced they're going to license it, I'm probably not going to pick up these imports, because one of these imports is the same price and actually even more expensive than what the complete collection from NIS America will be down the line next year. So I just can't do that. There's so many other shows I want to buy that I can't justify spending all that money on this one series, as much as I love it, when it's going to get a cheaper release by NIS, which will look just as beautiful. But the cherry blossom like slipcover for that is just beautiful, and it's going to do that for each set with a different scene from the show, which is cool. Then I also got this, a gift from Rob Itachi, an early gift, birthday gift. He wanted to make sure that I didn't buy it in the meantime, so he sent it to me 2 months in advance, because he's Rob Itachi and that's what he does. But this is Eden of the East. I've already watched it. I did want to unbox this on camera, but I wasn't able to because I opened it thinking it was something I'd bought, and yeah, the initial surprise was already taken away. But I've watched this show already. I watched it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before. I can't remember. I know, actually, I watched the first series 2 days ago. Or the series, I suppose, 2 days ago, and then I watched the 2 movies yesterday. I really like this series. I do have some minor issues with it. I don't think it takes the concept, or its initial concept, the way I would like. It doesn't. It kind of ends up fizzling out and changing into something else. And at the end, it doesn't really seem like anything has changed. That's the only downside to it. Other than that, it's a really solid sci-fi series, but it doesn't really give you the big payoff that you might be looking forward to, and it kind of misses out on what could be some really good storytelling aspects with its initial plot. The tense like stuff just doesn't really happen, but I enjoyed the mystery part of it. The mystery was really good, but there was like zero suspense for me, which is the only downside. So yeah, other than that, great show, really awesome sci-fi series. I'm really glad I've seen it, because lots of people have been recommending that show to me over the years. So yeah, that's everything I picked up for the first half of November, or the last part of October, I suppose. You'll see in the title, I haven't decided yet. So yeah, that's everything I got, and I hope to see you guys soon.